Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Just wondering if this live streaming is working. I guess I'm live now. I can't really see it on my. I'm watching the stream, and I guess it's very. Oh, there it is. There's me. And it's very delayed. Anyway, welcome to my first live stream ever. I've avoided these types of things because this kind of stuff terrifies me. You three viewers, you guys terrify me. No, I'm just kidding. I've spoken live a bunch of times, but it is always kind of harrowing to do this kind of stuff, especially when you're doing art, because it's kind of the pressure. Like, people expect you to be some amazing artist, and you're really not. But when you sketch something, they're like, "You're an artist," and then they don't realize that you have to kind of build on it. You have the initial rough sketches, and then you kind of build on it. First things first, until you get the final product. But first things first, can you guys hear what? Oh, there's my beautiful wife, Jessica Kinney. She just said hello. Oh, all right. We've got our audience. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch you over to my computer screen now. And let's, mind you, I'm also learning the software, so it's kind of, this whole thing's kind of weird. So if everything derails, I'm just going to slowly start going like this until I disappear off the screen. But I won't do that just yet. All right, so let's take a look. And here we are. All right, so in this live stream, I'm going to take this 8-bit Joker over here, this guy, and try to make this guy, put this guy's face in the style of this 8-bit Joker on this guy's face. So, first things first is, if there are any artists watching, the three of you guys that are watching right now, if anybody's watching that's an artist, understands, they understand that you have to try things about 5 different times before they actually work, and you get your final product. Sometimes a lot more than that, 10, 15, 20 times. Let me see if everybody hears me correctly. If you guys hear me correctly, can you write in the chats? Okay, I'll monitor the chats. But so what I like to do is right away is make this guy just, completely, wipe out his whole face here. And then what we can do is a really derpy version. And then that's our first pass. So basically we got that out of the way. And so everything that I do from now on is going to be better than this. So at least I have a good feeling. I have a better feeling about that. I don't know why I keep looking at the microphone, it's just weird. But anyway, so let's undo all that. And let's start doing this artwork. And I might stop talking a little bit. You're like, thank God. But I'm going to start kind of filling in this guy's hairline because Jack Nicholson has a very prominent hairline, and it's a lot different than this guy right here. I'm glad you guys like it. So let's do this. All right, and he's got longer hair over here, so what we'll do is, nope, that's not looking good, so how about, his hair kind of goes over this way, right? remember, it's a step-by-step process. So I kind of want to frame his head first. And so what I'm doing here is I'm sampling some of the colors and trying to kind of match this. And let's see, how about we use some of these greens here. And there's really no hair on this side, which is a little weird, but I think that's how they decided to create this art. So I'm just gonna, he's starting to kind of look like he's in like a 90s rock band or something like that. All right, so now let's see. Okay, so that's pretty good for now for his hair. I'll come back to it. But right now, this, I don't know, they drew Jack Nicholson with such a huge chin. I don't know why he has such a big chin. So I'm going to just take this out. And then also take out these smile lines because he doesn't have these. And put this, oops, over here. Also, his nose is a little different. Doesn't have like this weird sneering nose. He's got kind of a more like a button nose. So we'll take that out, make it a little slimmer. And then Jack Nicholson has these great arching eyebrows, and we'll take those out because that Joaquin Phoenix does not have those. Also, his nose can come down a little bit. Whoops. I think I'm gonna, oh, I see what happened there. So what I can do is select both of these layers. Nope. That's not going to work for me. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just redo those all together. Yep. So what we can do is get some of those colors in here and start kind of fleshing out his nose. Taking off this pixel perfect. It's kind of like, this might be the worst piece of art I've ever made. Just kidding. It's not even close. Yeah, I've made a lot worse than this. All right, so what we could do is start getting these blues over here. Oops. Let's just have maybe some black pupils there. All right, so his nose is looking pretty crummy. There we go. Yeah. I don't know where all this green is in there. I guess for shading. He's got some cheekbones though, which is kind of cool. And then we can add that red. Maybe we can add a little bit of a darker red for his lips here. This guy looks horrible. I'm going to just redo his nose altogether. This is the worst. This is terrible. And frickin' hilarious at the same time. Except he's not smiling, so let's have him kind of frowning a little bit. One thing about pixel art, too, is that it's hard to represent exactly what you want something to look like with such limitations in terms of the amount of points that you can use to represent an entire image. So it's hard. It's such a difficult thing. The thing is also his mouth should be a little higher too. Doing his little lip thing here. All right, I'm going to come back to that nose because that nose is really bothering me. And then we need his eyebrows up here too. Wow, he's starting to look kind of like a weird fish creature without the nose. What do you think? Do you guys like this? Okay. So the thing about his mouth is that zoom in just a little bit. Okay, how come it won't let me do that? Okay, hold on. Nope. Let's do this. Let's just move over this mouth just a little. Whoops. Move up half at a time. 1, 2. And we're going to take out that weird smile because he's not smiling. He has a painted smile on. There we go. All right, we're getting a little closer to his mouth at least. And let's see if we can add a little bit more shading to these parts here. All right, so his eyes, I think, are still a little too high. So, what I'm going to do is just flatten this image. And we'll call this new face. And that way I can move everything around that I need to. There we go. And he doesn't have that weird Jack Nicholson kind of receding hairline there, so let's see what's in the chat here. You guys are hilarious. That's great. Okay, we got 6 viewers now. This is great. This is excellent. Okay, So let's add a little bit more shading to his eyes now. Because you've got kind of like under here. I don't know why they drew the original eyes so weird. They're really kind of derpy, actually. Whoa! What is that? That's not what I want to do. Are you guys having fun? You guys having fun yet? Can you write in the comments, please, if you're having fun? Maybe I should pack up and go home. What do you think? Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, see, it's getting closer a little bit. Just kind of go out a little bit more. Just kind of go out a little bit more. Okay, so we're getting kind of there. Okay. So you guys tell me, is this the derpiest piece of pixel art you've ever seen in your life? Yep, I think I kind of see a face emerging in there. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be the hard part, is the nose. So what I'm going to do, I'm having a hard time with this nose. So the light source is over here. So what I should do, maybe I'll use like a brighter red and do this kind of. No, 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 no. I have to move him a little bit over here. Okay. Okay, he's kind of getting there. But then we need a little bit of a lighter because there we go. The shading. Okay, so it doesn't really look like Joaquin, but it doesn't look like Jack. So that right there is already a step forward, all right? It kind of looks like the character I'm trying to draw, but it doesn't really look that much like the character I'm trying to draw at the same time. Okay. What is wrong? I think his nose is too low. Let's scoot this up just 1 pixel or 2. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. And then he needs his wrinkles right here. See the eyes, yeah, they did something weird with the eyes. Oh, my wife says, Dougie wants a shout out. I love you, Dougie. Dougie is my adorable 3-year-old son, and I miss him dearly. They're out of town right now, so can't wait for you guys to come back. It's all very lonely here. I have to resort to doing live streams where I embarrass myself drawing art. All right, so at least I can crack myself up here. Okay, so yeah, his eyes. Why did they? I'm gonna just mess around and see. Mess around and find out. That's the PG version of what I'm trying to say. And anybody that's seen that video knows what I'm talking about. He does have some eyebrows here, and they're kind of coated in paint, so all right, let's see. And he doesn't have this thing at all, so let's take that out almost altogether. Okay, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm going to ask the chat, what is missing from this amazing masterpiece of pixelated garbage? What do you think? I think it's going to take a second to update here. Let's take a look. Oh, by the way, what you see behind me right now is from my wife's amazing meditation channel. So definitely check it out. It's she's got some awesome imagery that's playing while she does meditations. And so I don't have the audio on, obviously. Can't do that while I'm streaming. But Jessica Kinney, check it out. Awesome meditation channel. If you ever have a problem going to sleep at night because of stress or whatever, check out her channel because she's got some really, really helpful stuff on there. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I think his chin needs to be thinned out a little bit here. It's really about the eyes. The eyes don't match up, but that's okay. What color are Joaquin's eyes? Let's take a look. Oops. Okay, so he's got kind of, what are those? Like greenish, bluish, hazelish eyes. So let's, maybe we'll add a little bit of that to it. Right now he's kind of, whoops. Right now he's not looking too bright-eyed in this one. So maybe I'll just add a little bit of, maybe a little more green. Except there's a lot of shadows, so maybe I'll just make it darker. How about that? And then we've got some major shadows right here that I'm missing. All right, let's see what you guys, darker eyes. Should his ear be covered? Oh, that's really good. It's a great suggestion. Yes, it should be. I think his nose is exactly what I want, but it's too kind of big and bulbous. So I'm going to try to thin it out just a little bit more. See, every single pixel I modify just changes the face so much, and that's why it's really hard. Pixel art is super, super hard, which is why I chose it for my very first live stream. Okay. And the other thing is, his mouth right here is too big. So this is, see, this is what I call, this is what I was referring to earlier on when I said shaping up everything, because it's kind of like you're chiseling away. You don't just nail it right out the gate unless you're like a genius artist that like visualizes everything and can see everything you're about to put onto the page. For me, I'm not like that. That's not me at all. In terms of a painting and drawing artist, I really have to make rough sketches and then I kind of work them into a final product over time. And there's a lot of artists like that. There's also a lot of artists. There's a guy that I know, a very, very talented impressionist actor artist named Jim Meskimen. And I've seen him do his doodles, and he literally just doodles everything from his mind. He doesn't sketch out rough sketches. I mean, at least from my knowledge, I mean, I've seen him do the sketches, and he's amazing. So shout out to Jim. And some people have that gift, you know. And so this Joker's turned a little bit more forward. So what I'm going to do is I made his head a little too flat over here. So I'm going to add a little bit more because everybody has kind of like a curved head at the back. And that is not looking good at all. So now his head is too small up here. There we go. It's a little bit better. One thing they teach you when you're learning pixel art is when you're drawing lines and outlines, you don't draw your outlines like this. You draw your outlines like this. As you can see, you don't ever want these kind of thick lines unless it's purposeful. But if you're trying to outline something, you always go for a style of line where everything is staggered, so there's no doubling up. And that's to make everything kind of crisp and clean. As you can see up here in this software, there's something called Pixel Perfect mode, which allows me to draw like that. As opposed to, if I turn it off, see how everything is all kind of smudged together, turn it back on, then you've got that nice kind of crisp single line. All right, so let's see, and then maybe have a little bit of a wave out here. So you know what this kind of looks like to me? It doesn't look like Joaquin Phoenix. It looks like somebody that didn't get the rights to Joaquin Phoenix's face, decided that they wanted to make a game, and so they made the Joker in the style of the Joker in the movie, but they didn't make it look like Joaquin Phoenix on purpose because they didn't have Joaquin Phoenix's sign off. So there you go. That's what we're dealing with here. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to be pretty close to stopping here. I still have a lot of work to do on this guy. but that was a half-hour live stream. I think that was pretty good. Is there anything else that you guys want to see me do? I can try to do a backflip in here, but I might accident. I have pretty long legs, so I might kick my TV off and break everything. So I don't know about that. So probably no physical stuff. That sounded bad. Probably no like physical feats or anything like that. But maybe close his eyelids. Yeah, the thing is, I'm trying not to match this too much because I guess I could just try to close this a little bit. And then maybe just put the, see that, and that's kind of how we had it before. Now he looks like totally evil. I don't know. What do you think about that? Let's see, maybe we'll do a little lighter in here. No. Now we're getting into like a kind of a taste type of thing where it's like, it's one of those things where you're like, well, this way looks bad and this way looks bad. Which bad do you want? So, so yeah, I think his eye also over here, it's a little too far on the side. And I think that was like, there we go. I think that was from the original art, so I'm not going to take the blame for that. But yeah, his eye was a little bit over too far to the side, and it's not. Oops, what happened here? Okay, so let's take out some of this guy. Add a little bit more there. Add a little bit more there. Because he does kind of have a prominent chin. He didn't have Jack Nicholson's chin. But also he's got a little bit more down here, so maybe I'll add a little bit of that back. Okay. So it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Somebody wants me to flip. Okay. So yeah, it's not terrible, but I think I just need to work a little bit more on these eyes. What I could do is that maybe it darkens it a little bit. I'm trying to get that specular highlight in there. That's the thing, because if I were just to draw eyes black, then it does look a little bit more like this, but it doesn't. It looks dead. The character looks dead. So it's nice to have those reflective specular highlights in there because it adds a little bit more life to the character, even though it's not as true to this image that I'm trying to emulate as much as possible. What I'll do is also add a little bit of this different color in here too. And let's see, let's maybe take a little bit more of his ear out of here. There we go. Let's see this. good. Maybe add some more strands. Because his hair is a little bit more disheveled. Now it just looks like he's got dandruff. No, I'm going to take that out. Because it has to be, everything has to be really connected. All right. Okay, guys. I think I'm pretty happy with this spot. I am probably going to do a little bit more work on this guy, and you'll see it in the final final video, which is going to be coming out next week. But thank you guys. Thank you guys very, very much for joining me for my first stream. And I don't think here, let me turn it back to my. Thank you very much for joining me. That was a good 36 minutes. And next time, maybe I'll go even longer. But right now, I just kind of wanted to get my feet wet and, try this out and see how it worked. So, love you all. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. And I'll see you next time. All right. Bye.